Hi, and welcome to the video on dividing decimals. In this video we're going to take some decimals and we're going to divide them by some whole numbers. So let's take a look at how we're going to do that using some examples. So let's begin with example number 1, 4.5 divided by 5. If I want to divide 4.5 into 5, what I want to do is I want to set up my division symbol like this with 4.5 inside. Now what I can do is I can divide from left to right. I ask myself how many times does 5 go into 4? It goes 0 times, so I'm actually going to start with a 0. And then because it goes into it 0 times, I need to combine this 4 and 5 together and ask myself how many times does 5 go into 45? Well, 5 nines are 45, so it goes into it 9 times. And because the decimal point is here between the 4 and the 5, my decimal point is going to go here between the 0 and the 9. So 4.5 divided by 5 is 0.9. Example number 2, 9.42 divided by 2, I'm going to set it up in a similar way. I'm going to set up my division symbol with the 2 on the outside and the 9.42 on the inside. I ask myself how many times does 9 go into 2? Other way around, 2 into 9, sorry. And it goes 4 times, because 4 times 2 is 8. And there's 1 left over. So I put that 1 next to the 4, making it 14. Now I ask myself, how many times does 2 go into 14? And 2 times 7 is 14, so it goes into it 7 times, with no remainder. And then I ask myself, how many times does 2 go into 2? And that's just going to be once. So my answer is 471. I need to make sure that my decimal point goes between the 4 and the 7. So 9.42 divided by 2 is 4.71. I'm going to speed this up a little bit now. 2.34 divided by 4, I need to set up my division symbol with the 4 on the outside and the 2.34 on the inside. 4 into 2 doesn't go, so I put a 0 down. 4 into 23 goes 5 times with 3 left over. 4 into 34 goes 8 times with 2 left over. And because I've got 2 left over, I need to put a 0 on the end of my number so that I can now ask myself how many times 4 goes into 20. And 4 goes into 20 5 times. Here's my decimal point. So my decimal point needs to go between the 0 and the 5. So 2.34 divided by 4 is 0.585. Alright, example number 4, 8.3 divided by 3. Again, set up my division symbol with 8.3 on the inside and 3 on the outside. I ask myself, how many times does 3 go into 8? It goes into it twice with 2 left over. Now I ask myself, how many times does 3 go into 23? And 7 3s are 21, so it goes into it 7 times. And there is 2 left over. Now what I need to do is I need to add a 0 like I did in the last question. And I say to myself, how many times does 3 go into 20? It goes into it 6 times with 2 left over. Now because I've still got a remainder, I'm going to have to add on another 0. 3 goes into 20 6 times with a remainder of 2, and you might see a little bit of a pattern here. I can keep adding zeros, but for every 0 that I add, I will get a remainder of 2. This gives me a repeating number. What I need to make sure of is where my decimal point is. The decimal point is going to be going between the 2 and the 7. And 8.3 divided by 3 is going to be 2.76. Now this 6 gets repeated, so to show that it gets repeated, I'm going to put a little dot above it. And that's how you divide 8.3 into 3 equal parts. So now that you've seen those examples, what should you write down? Well, a heading dividing by decimals is a good place to start. As well as the paragraph, set up your division algorithm with the number you are dividing on the left and the number being divided on the inside. And then those 4 examples will give you a good indication of what you can expect when you go practicing tomorrow. And that's it. Hopefully now you have a general idea of how to divide decimals, and you can use those examples to help you out with your work. Now in the next video we're going to take a look at dividing by a decimal, so make sure you check it out. Good luck.